Welcome, my friends. This is my kitchen. This is Lisa Dietrich, and this is Johnny on Fire. We're ready for a fun day. We're gonna make some amazing food. What are we cooking today, Lisa?
Today we are cooking some hot cherry pepper focaccia. This is an overnight recipe, and we're also cooking my famous chicken riggies.
Ooh. Everybody at home has always wanted to know how to make chicken riggies. This is the episode to watch. All right, so we're gonna get started. First of all, let's talk about our ingredients. What do we got for the focaccia bread?
So for the focaccia, we have a bread flour.
Okay.
We've got instant yeast, water, salt, and then olive oil, honey, and then for the topping, some everything bagel seasoning, fresh herbs, and Asiago cheese, and hot cherry pepper. So this is how I do my chicken riggies.
Okay.
So I've got some fresh organic chicken. This is imported pasta from Italy, rigatoni, red sauce, pancetta, mozzarella cheese, hot cherry peppers, onions, green peppers, some chicken broth, and spices.
And lots of love. Get ready for
Yeah.
this. All right, we're gonna move our chicken riggy ingredients out of the way so we can roll out some bread dough. All right, so what are we gonna start with? How do you wanna do this?
Okay, so this is very easy. This is the hardest part of this bread. So we're gonna start off with 450 milliliters of water.
Okay, warm water too,
Warm
by the way,
water,
right?
correct.
All right, and that's so our yeast can activate?
Yes, ideally 104 degrees, probably about the best.
Okay, so it doesn't burn you. when
Yeah,
put
I
your
mean, you
finger
don't
in
need
it.
to take out your thermometer.
No.
Okay, so then we do about a teaspoon of honey and 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and I don't measure anything.
That's how I do it
I
too.
usually count to 4.
Yeah.
All right,
that's
so then
fine.
we're gonna take our active yeast.
Okay,
Okay, so this is instant yeast.
okay. This you're gonna measure.
Yes, so 1 teaspoon. Toss it in.
I've always been afraid of yeast.
I don't know, I have
I
at
think I
some
messed
point.
it out once. Messed it up
Yeah.
once.
All right, so then we're just gonna mix all this together till it's well combined. And so you might notice that you might need extra water,
Okay.
but I just start out at 450 milliliters, but you might need a splash or 2 more. So now we're gonna add in 500 grams of bread flour.
Okay. And you said this, you prefer this. Obviously, the word bread in the name
Yes.
makes better bread.
You can use regular
All-purpose.
all-purpose, but I just prefer this.
Okay.
All right, so then you're gonna mix this all together.
Guys, I want you to know, Lisa, she is a private chef, and she often goes, do you bring the food to people's houses? Do you cook it in their kitchen? How does it work?
So for my weekly clients, I bring all the food to their homes. I cook inside their homes. And then when I'm hired to do private chef things, especially on the St. Lawrence River, I also bring everything there.
By boat?
By boat. Yeah, it's a little wild. So you can see right now my dough is a little dry. So this is an easy fix.
Okay.
You can easily just pop a tablespoon. I usually do a tablespoon at a time.
Okay.
Get
See,
right in here.
the reason I love when Lisa comes on, she does all the cooking. I just get to sit back and watch, which is
Just
great.
so it's got a nice tacky.
That looks good. So keep in mind, salt, yeast, water, oil, honey. That's it.
Correct.
Okay, is that
Okay,
easy?
so the first thing that we need to do is we're going to set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And we're going to do something called a stretch and fold.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, that sounds good. Let's do that.
All right. So our dough is nice and proofed. It usually takes around an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I like to just set it in my oven with the light on in the oven. That seems to be enough to get your dough to proof. So the
And
next thing,
proofing makes it kind of rises a little.
yeah,
and comes
relaxes
together.
a little bit.
Relaxes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
All right,
It looks very relaxed.
it is, just like me.
What are we gonna do? What do we do in this thing?
So we're gonna top it, and everyone does this different. Some people like to dimple first.
Okay.
I like to dimple last
Okay.
because then I can press the ingredients down into the dough.
Does it go hoo-hoo like the
Yes.
Pillsbury Doughboy
Yes.
or not when you dimple it?
If you want to make that noise, I would love that.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with everything bagel seasoning.
It's garlic, it's onion, I'm guessing.
Poppy
some
seed.
seeds.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do some fresh herbs. Today I just have rosemary, thyme, and sage,
Okay.
but you can use whatever fresh herb you want. I'm just gonna sprinkle it on top. And I love to get the ends of it too because I want fresh herbs in every bite. All right.
Okay.
Next is our hot cherry peppers. We're gonna sprinkle these all over as well.
God, it looks amazing already.
Okay, last but not least, do you want to shred some Asiago cheese
may
on
I?
there?
Sure. Wow, what a fancy cheese grater. Am I even doing it right? Let's see.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. Let me know how much.
Beautiful.
Right? Is that good?
You can never have too much cheese.
Is that good?
That looks perfect.
Okay.
All right, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to get our hands wet with some olive oil. Okay, and then we're going to dimple.
Hoo-hoo! Hee-hee!
All right.
If you do it afterwards, you're actually kind of infusing the flavors
Yes,
into
right
the dough.
inside. Yep. All right.
I'm
Now,
going to get our pizza oven ready back
oh,
here.
thank you so much. I'm going to clean my hands off. We're going to top this with some olive oil. Do a heavy drizzle of olive oil, and now it's ready to go in the oven.
All right, chicken riggy time.
All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is season our chicken. So I
Okay.
have some fresh organic chicken here.
Okay.
And what I like to do is over season now. That way I don't have to season a whole lot while I'm building it. So this is some kosher salt. We're going to do a very heavy pinch of that.
That's the good stuff.
It is,
Look at
yes.
that. Okay.
And some nice fresh cracked black pepper. All right, garlic powder. Yes, that much.
Again, the base of your chicken riggies.
If you're not sneezing, you're not seasoning enough.
Okay, good.
And then a little bit of olive oil. And now we're going to mix it up.
Amazing, chef. Let me help.
Go ahead.
I want to do something. So good. Okay, so a lot of you at home have had chicken riggies, maybe at your favorite restaurant. Now you can make this at home. We believe the origin of chicken riggies, the dish itself, is from Utica, New York, which is real close by. So I've been to a number of restaurants down there.
Yes.
I can't wait to try your recipe, though, Lisa.
I feel like everyone has their own recipe. A lot of people
Definitely.
use white wine or vodka or, something like that, but I love the way that I cook it.
All right, what's next?
All right, so the next thing we're going to do is get the cast iron out of the oven because we
Okay.
got to cook this pancetta.
We've been heating up some olive oil in here.
All right, now we're going to,
Now, pancetta is like Italian ham, basically. High fat content.
yes, so we want to render out this fat from the pancetta. So once the pancetta is nice and golden, then we're going to add our chicken to it. All right, so now we've added the chicken to the pancetta, and we're going to essentially fry our chicken and the pancetta fat.
So obviously, all that taste is going to infuse into that chicken.
Yes, absolutely. I think we should pop it back in the
All right,
oven.
we'll put it back in the wood fire. Let's bring it out.
Looks perfect.
Looks good to me.
All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is remove the chicken from the pan.
So keep in mind, we got chicken and pancetta. So it's
Yep.
like chicken and Italian ham.
Yeah.
All
We wanna
the
leave
fat
some
as
of
well,
that
or you're going to
juice
leave
in
it?
there. No, we
Okay.
want to leave some of the juice in there, and it's okay if you don't get all of the pancetta out.
Okay.
There, I think this looks great.
Because again, that'll be crispy with all your
Right.
stuff. Okay.
All right, next we're going to do some onions and green pepper. And then once the onions are translucent, we're going to put our garlic in last so that it doesn't burn.
Okay. This isn't garlic. This is cherry peppers.
Yes, the garlic's going to go last.
Okay, you're going to be making this on the stovetop at home, but we just happen to have a wood-fired oven in the back.
It's
so
more
we're
fun
gonna
that
throw
way.
it back in. So again, chicken riggies, a delicious dish. Next
Yeah.
time you come back, we're making Utica greens.
I would love to do that.
I'll give you my recipe
Okay.
for that one, okay?
I made some this year for a 100-person wedding that I catered in September.
Of course.
So that was a lot.
Yeah. By the way, did anybody get a chance to see this focaccia bread that came out? Take a look. Ooh, I'm gonna bring this around here. Look at this. Unbelievable. All right, so let's see how our onions are doing.
All right, these are cooking up very nicely. So we're gonna go ahead and add the garlic to it.
Okay.
Now, this is fresh garlic, but I have a little trick. I buy a big giant bag of organic garlic. I put it in my food processor. I put it in a bag, and then I put it in the freezer.
All right,
so,
you want to put this? Oh, it smells so good
I
right
know.
now.
Don't take a deep breath, though. It almost took my breath
That
away.
garlic. So good. All right. back in. Again, you're doing this all on your stove top, so you do this at home. All right, let's take it out again. Again, this oven is super quick. Gave it a good shake, and don't let me drop the pan on anyone's foot. Okay.
All right, so I don't ever measure anything.
Guys, if you could smell how amazing this is right now.
So we're just gonna do a few swirls so that it covers the bottom of the pan. And then for an extra little bit of flavor, I like to do a little of this Better Than Bouillon. It's organic chicken. Gives it a
Chicken
good,
bouillon.
yeah, gives a good umami flavor. Gives it a little kick. So when you're cooking this at home, you want to make sure that it's cooking for about 5 to 8 minutes, I would say. So now we're going to add some red sauce in there. Again, I don't measure till my grandmother tells me to stop.
Okay, so what they told me, some people in Utica, they said, a good Chicken Riggies, it's got to be pink.
Yes.
So we'll
That's
see.
coming.
We'll measure to see how accurate your recipe is.
Thanks.
All right. So again, you're on the stovetop. You're bringing this all together.
Yes.
Right. It's heating. It's all becoming one flavor. What is your
Yes.
example? You said.
I said everybody needs to get married.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like what? Like you get to know each other.
Yeah. No, I like to simmer this down for a good 20 minutes before I'm adding anything else in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well,
Pop her back in the oven.
we'll put it back in the oven then. To the chapel we go.
And then we're going to do our heavy cream.
Okay.
And then we're going to add the chicken back in.
Okay. So let's get ready. Let's pull it out here. Get everything ready.
All right. Again, we have our organic heavy whipping cream. You don't need to use organic, but that
You
is
like to use organic.
a lot of what my business is fresh organic ingredients. Perfect.
Okay,
All right.
now cream.
Again, we're not measuring. And we're going to stir this up
Ooh.
and watch it change colors. Yep.
Uh-oh, there's the pink. Okay, so I know what's next. The chicken.
You're dying to put that chicken in there. Go
Normally
ahead.
you would put this all together. Again, you're simmering it together.
Yep.
These are your ingredients. Now we pre-cook some pasta. Normally you would cook this a little longer, again, having it all do it, but for the
Yep.
sake of television.
Toss it right in there. There we go.
And again, we're cooking this in a wood fire oven, so we're gonna put it all in and it's all gonna work together.
Yep.
And it's gonna create a very smoky flavor
Yes,
as
it
well.
is.
So we got your chicken, your pancetta, your garlic, your chicken broth,
Hot cherry peppers.
hot cherry pepper. You gotta have hot cherry peppers or it's not Riggies. To be authentic, you wanna use hot cherry peppers. I've had friends who've made it with
Jalapenos
and
yeah.
stuff like that. Then it turns into a Mexican dish.
Yep.
So you can't do that. All right, so one more big ingredient in the Riggies.
Lots of Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
Stack it in there. Go ahead.
And again, you're doing this all on the stovetop, bringing this together for your family. They're gonna love it. Okay, we ready for the oven?
We are going to top it with mozzarella cheese first.
Okay. I'll let you do that.
Yep.
Ooh,
A nice.
I can't wait.
I like to throw a little parsley on before and after.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Back into the oven to do its thing. We'll let it bake. It's getting heavier. Bubbling hot. Chicken Riggies.
Wow. Gorgeous.
Unbelievable. Great job, Lisa. I'm so
Thank you.
glad. You're the first ever guest too that's appeared twice on this. So thank you for coming.
me.
What are you gonna do?
We're just going to top it a little bit with some extra Parmesan
Okay.
and a little extra fresh parsley.
Okay. Chicken Riggies, folks. Make them at home. Make them for your family. And why not go the extra step like Lisa and make focaccia. All right, I'll let you cut this bread. Let's see how this goes. This was right in the wood oven.
All right, let's see what it looks like in the middle. Oh, it's beautiful. What I love about this focaccia is it is nice and light and fluffy and airy.
It's beautiful. Cut us
Yeah.
a slice or two. And while you're doing that, I'll start dishing up our Riggies.
Okay. beautiful. You're hungry.
I mean, all right, next. And you know what?
There you go.
They're nice and pink, just like my friend told me they have to be. One more scoop. Okay, beautiful. I've tasted Chicken Riggies all over the place, so this is the test, Lisa. Let's see how we do. Well done.
Delicious.
Fabulous. It's got that smokiness from the wood fire, all the garlic,
A little spice.
little spice for the peppers, not too much, a little creamy, just amazing. Thank you so much. Those of you watching at home, you can find this recipe at WPBSTV.org. Go there now. Watch all the episodes. You should. We have like 25 of them or something,
Yeah.
all different kinds. And you can always catch me on the Border 106.7 weekdays, and you can also check out the Dinner at Johnny's podcast. Well, it's been great hanging out with you, Lisa. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And-
Thank you, Johnny.
Everybody, check out Lisa. Do you have a website?
I do have a website, and I also am more active on Facebook.
Okay.
It's 44 North Boutique Catering.
Oh, wait, we didn't try the focaccia. Holy
sauce.
cow, look at this. Delicious. Thank you so much for being with us today. Another episode of Johnny on Fire.